The night was quiet on Outpost 9, a small human station floating at the edge of explored space. Most workers were asleep, but Ethan Ward, a 27-year-old engineer, stayed late as usual. He liked the silence. Machines were easier to understand than people. He sat alone in the control room, reading repair reports, when every light suddenly flickered. The station shook gently, like something had brushed against it. Ethan straightened in his chair. "Impact," he whispered. Before he could investigate, an alarm began flashing red. "Unidentified object detected." Ethan rushed to the observation window and looked out. A small metallic pod, no bigger than a car, spun slowly through the darkness. Its hull was cracked, sparking. It hit a drifting rock, changed direction, and floated toward the docking bay. The pod was not human. Ethan's heart raced. Outpost 9 rarely saw alien visitors, and never this close or this damaged. He grabbed his toolkit and ran. The escape pod. The docking bay doors hissed open as Ethan arrived. The small pod had already connected automatically, its seal barely holding. Steam leaked around its edges. Something inside moved. Ethan swallowed. Okay, no sudden moves. He popped the emergency latch. The pod door slid open with a groan. Inside, curled up and shaking, was a young alien girl, small, thin, with silver blue skin and glowing eyes. She looked around 12 in human years, but her eyes felt older somehow, full of fear and intelligence. Her breathing was fast and shallow. She tried to stand but fell forward. Ethan stepped forward and caught her before she hit the ground. It's okay. You're safe." The girl stared at him, confused. Her lips moved but no words came out. Her translator device was broken and sparking on her collar. Ethan gently lifted her and carried her inside. A strange guest. He brought her to the med room and placed her on a soft bed. She watched him with wide eyes, unsure if he was friend or enemy. Ethan fixed the broken translator, tightening small wires with steady fingers. When he powered it on, a soft tone played. The girl flinched, then whispered something. The translator changed her sounds into soft, gentle English. "Don't hurt me, please." Ethan raised his hands. "No one will hurt you here. You're safe." She relaxed slightly. My name is Elira," she said. Her voice was small but clear. "I'm Ethan," he said. "What happened to your pod?" Elira hesitated. "I was running." "From who?" Before she could answer, she looked around nervously. "Is this a human place?" "Yes." "A small one," Ethan replied. Her shoulders dropped in relief. "You helped me," she said softly. "Why?" Ethan shrugged. "Because you needed help." She stared at him for a long moment, like he had said something unbelievable. A cultural mistake. After some food and rest, Elira sat up straighter. "You are a strange human," she said. "Most would not help an alien child." Ethan laughed lightly. "Maybe one day you will marry a human to repay the kindness." It was just a joke, something small to make her smile. But Elira froze. Her eyes widened. "You offer marriage?" "What?" "No." Ethan waved his hands. It was a joke. Humans make jokes. Elira tilted her head. "Joke means not true?" "Yes." "Not serious." She thought about this for a long moment. "My people do not joke about marriage," she said slowly. "A promise of union is sacred to Lyrans. Once spoken, it becomes a life bond." Ethan felt a chill. "I really didn't mean it," he said carefully. Elira smiled a small, shy smile. "But I accept." He nearly choked. "No, Elira, I wasn't serious." Elira placed her hands together in some kind of formal gesture. "Still, I accept the bond. One day, when I am grown, I will come back for you." Ethan opened his mouth, then closed it. She seemed calm, certain, peaceful, like she truly believed every word. He tried again.
Elira, humans don't. But she interrupted politely. You saved my life. You are my chosen one. Ethan leaned back in disbelief. Well, this is going to be complicated. Her people arrive. Hours later, a large alien ship appeared near Outpost 9. Sleek, glowing, and shaped like a silver wing, it was clearly advanced. A rescue signal beamed through. A team of tall Lyran officers stepped out. Their armor shone like liquid metal. Their eyes glowed like Elira's. They bowed deeply to her. One of them studied Ethan, his face unreadable. You have cared for our young princess, he said. Thank you, but you have also done something dangerous. Ethan frowned. Dangerous? The officer stepped closer, lowering his voice. You spoke a bond promise to a Lyran. Even as a joke, it is binding. Our culture does not forget such words. Ethan felt his stomach drop. It was a misunderstanding. The officer shook his head. The princess has accepted. One day she will return for you. Elira turned back and gave Ethan one last smile. I will grow strong. I will come back for you, Ethan. Then she left with her people. The warning. As the ship prepared to leave, the Lyran officer looked at Ethan one last time. You have no idea what you have started, human, he said quietly. No one escapes a Lyran life bond. Not even across galaxies. The ship vanished in a burst of blue light. Ethan stood alone in the silent docking bay, heart pounding. He whispered to himself. It was just a joke, wasn't it? But deep down, he knew. Elira would return one day. And nothing would be the same. The hum of the space station was different tonight. It wasn't just the machines running, it felt heavier, as if the air itself was waiting. Ethan Ward leaned against the observation window, staring at the black expanse of space. Years had passed since that strange night with the small alien girl. He had almost forgotten her, almost. Then, a shadow moved against the stars. It wasn't a normal ship. It was huge. Sleek. Glowing faintly with silver light. The kind of ship humans only saw in classified files, or in dreams. The warning lights of the station went off, but Ethan didn't need them. His heart already knew. She's back, he whispered. The arrival. The massive Lyran mothership glided silently into the station's orbit, its hull reflecting the distant sun like a mirror. It wasn't hostile, it radiated calm power, but everyone on the station froze. Communications were jammed, and no one dared approach. A smaller vessel detached from the ship, descending slowly toward the docking bay. Ethan's stomach twisted. The pod's silhouette, he knew it. When the airlock opened, she stepped out. Elira. No longer the scared, small girl. No longer a child. She had grown into a warrior. Tall, strong, her silver-blue skin shimmering under the station's lights. Her eyes glowed softly, but now there was authority in them, a queen in training, or perhaps already one. Her presence filled the room, commanding silence. She walked toward Ethan with slow, steady steps, and the hum of the station seemed to fade. Recognition and shock. Ethan's mouth went dry. Elira, you've grown. She didn't smile. She looked at him, serious, but there was warmth behind her glowing eyes. I have returned, she said. To claim the bond. Ethan stumbled backward, tripping over a toolbox. Bond? Bond? That was years ago. I didn't mean. But Elira raised a hand, stopping him. Even a joke spoken by a human is binding to a Lyran. You saved my life, and I accepted. That is enough. His pulse raced. The station crew whispered behind him, fear and confusion mixing in their voices. Why me? Ethan asked. You are important, Elira said simply. Not just to me. To my people. To the galaxy. Ethan's head spun. The girl he had jokingly promised to marry was now a powerful figure in an alien empire, and somehow
somehow he was part of a much larger plan.
The warning.
Before he could speak again, one of Elira's guards stepped forward.
Tall, armored, with glowing eyes like hers.
The human, the guard said in perfect English, is a symbol. His actions, long ago, fulfilled part of a prophecy.
The Lyran people need him alive and present. Ethan swallowed hard. Prophecy?
Yes.
You are the key to unity. You did not know. You could not know.
But now, the guard's voice dropped, you must choose. Stand with her, or chaos will follow. Ethan felt the weight of the words. He was not just a man anymore, he was part of a story larger than any human could imagine.
And Elira was waiting for his answer.
The station reacts.
The humans on the station panicked.
What do we do? One engineer whispered. Another shook his head.
The arrival of a Lyran princess and her elite warriors was unprecedented. Ethan tried to calm them. Stay calm, stay inside.
But his own heart raced.
Elira turned to the crew. Do not interfere. This is not your battle. But know this, humans cannot stop Lyrans from fulfilling their bonds.
No law, no weapon, no threat. Only cooperation can prevent disaster. Her words sent a chill through the room. She wasn't threatening, she was stating fact. And everyone believed her.
The decision.
Ethan faced her, alone now. Elira's gaze was steady, almost piercing. You saved me once, she said.
I return the favor. But it is not only about me. It is about peace. It is about life. Ethan shook his head. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I'm just a human engineer.
Elira stepped closer, her glowing hand extended.
You are more than you think. You are part of something bigger.
And you will see that soon. He looked at her hand, hesitated, and then slowly reached out. The moment his fingers brushed hers, a spark of energy, soft, like a pulse, ran through him. He felt connected to her people, to something he couldn't yet understand.
The station's alarms blared as a distant fleet appeared on the sensors. Another alien race, unknown, hostile, was coming. They wanted Ethan too. Elira turned her glowing eyes toward him. We have no time. You must come with me. Ethan's mind raced.
Fear, disbelief, every emotion collided. But deep down, a small voice told him the truth, he could not stay. Not if he wanted to survive, and not if he wanted to understand why this little girl from years ago now ruled his fate.
Suspenseful ending. He nodded slowly.
Okay. I'll go with you.
Elira's smile was faint, but genuine. Good. Trust me, human. You will not regret it. The docking bay doors opened, and the humans stepped back, watching as Ethan and Elira walked toward the Lyran ship. The unknown fleet drew closer, lights flashing like distant stars. Ethan whispered to himself, voice barely audible. This is just the beginning. And for the first time in years, he realized the joke about marriage had never been a joke at all. The darkness of space stretched like an ocean around them, endless and silent. Ethan floated in the zero-gravity chamber of the Lyran ship, staring out at a storm of stars. Yet, this calm was only an illusion. Something was wrong. Sensors blared suddenly, multiple unidentified ships emerging from the void.
Unlike the first fleet, these ships moved fast, aggressive, almost hunting.
Ethan's stomach twisted.
He realized, with a cold shiver, that he was no longer just a passenger. He was the prize. The hidden truth. Elira stood beside him, her eyes glowing like molten silver. You are in danger, she said quietly, not because of your actions today, but because of who you are. Ethan turned to her, confusion written all over his face.
Who I am? I'm just me. Just a human engineer. Why are they after me? Elira sighed. It is not what you are, Ethan. It is what you represent. Your kindness long ago, it created a bond stronger than you can imagine.
The Lyrans call it a life bond, but it is more than love.
It is power. Unity. A key to peace between our people and others who want to stop it.
Ethan felt the weight of her words. His mind reeled. A joke, a single careless joke, had unknowingly altered the fate of an alien empire.
Ambush in the stars. The attacking fleet closed in.
Their shapes were jagged, black, and unlike anything Ethan had seen.
They fired energy pulses, lighting up the darkness with deadly brilliance.
The Lyran ship shivered under the first impact.
"Hold on!"
Alyra shouted, grabbing Ethan as the floor tilted violently. Ethan barely kept his balance as the ship twisted.
Through the viewports, he could see Lyran fighters launching, weaving through laser fire.
Their movements were elegant, almost like dancing predators.
Alyra's hand brushed his. "You are more important than you realize. If they capture you, everything we worked for will fail." Ethan swallowed hard.
His heart pounded.
Why me? Why can't they just leave me out of it? Alyra's eyes softened for a brief moment. Because, Ethan, your kindness gave life to something they fear, hope. They fear that one human can change the balance of power. The choice.
The ship shook violently again. Ethan grabbed a railing as alarms screamed. Alyra led him to the command deck.
Her crew worked seamlessly, shields rising, weapons charging.
She turned to Ethan, her gaze unwavering. "You have a choice," she said. "You can stay on a safe human station, pretend none of this is real, or you can come with me. Together, we can stop them and protect both our worlds."
Ethan looked back at Earth, a distant blue dot in the void.
Fear clawed at him, but so did curiosity, and something deeper, trust. He took a deep breath. "I'll come with you," he said.
Alyra's lips curved into a faint smile. "Good. You will see what you were meant for."
The battle. The unknown fleet fired again. Ethan watched as Alyra's warriors leapt into their fighter pods, moving with deadly precision. The Lyran mothership glided like a giant predator, absorbing impacts, returning fire. Explosions lit the void, and the soundless chaos pressed against the walls of the ship. Ethan was terrified, but he felt something strange, strength. Standing next to Alyra, he felt connected.
The bond wasn't just hers anymore.
It pulsed between them, guiding him, giving him courage. One enemy ship broke through the shields and aimed directly at the bridge. Alyra's hand shot out, and a pulse of energy flung the ship into a spinning tumble, incapacitating it without a single life lost.
Ethan gasped. You can do that?" he asked. Alyra shook her head. "I didn't do it alone. The bond, it responds to both of us." The revelation.
After the battle, the fleet retreated into the dark. The station shook, but the immediate danger was over. Ethan and Alyra floated in the command deck, the stars glittering like distant fires outside.
"You saved me," Ethan said softly. "Years ago, when I didn't even know what I was doing. And now, you're saving me." Alyra's eyes glimmered. "No, Ethan.
You saved us all. One act of kindness, small, human, careless, changed the future of two worlds."
The prophecy spoke of a human, not a ruler, not a warrior, but a kind soul. That was you. Ethan swallowed. The weight of it pressed on him, yet it wasn't heavy. It was inspiring. "So, what happens now?" he asked. Alyra took his hand again. "Now, we prepare.
Others will come, testing your courage, your choices. But together, we can protect the bond.
And perhaps, we can make peace." Ethan looked out at the endless void.
Somewhere, in the dark, more fleets waited.
Threats, mysteries, challenges he could not yet see. But he was no longer just a human engineer.
He was part of a story larger than the stars themselves. He squeezed Alyra's hand. "Let's see this through, together." And somewhere, deep in the void, a whisper echoed, the prophecy was far from over.